नमस्कार दोस्तों, प्रोफेसर DN मौर्या की पाठशाला में आपका स्वागत है। टुडेज टॉपिक इज व्हाट इफ रिटायरमेंट एज इज रिड्यूस टू 55 ईयर्स। आज का वीडियो मैं हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में रिकॉर्ड कर रहा हूँ, so that people who know little bit of Hindi they can also understand, and people who know little bit of English they can also understand. Now let us coming to the topic. First, let us try to divide the entire population of our country into 5 major groups. So these 5 major groups, the first one is people who cannot be employed. That is the children below the age of 16 years and the senior citizens. This is the category what we call it people who cannot be employed. Now second category is unemployed, people who do not have job. Now definition of unemployed in India is people who are above the age of 16 years and actively seeking the job and not employed during the past 4 weeks. Very complex definition. I don't know how the government has made it and how the people are finding the information on unemployed. People above the age of 16 years, no problem. There are statistics available, government can find out. But when you say those who are actively seeking the job, very difficult, because they know employment exchange where it is there, but people do not put that name, do not register. Especially in the city area, metropolitan area, no one goes to employment exchange, so they do not register it. Villages, of course, some places, remote places, still the students after qualifying, doing the education, they go and register their name. So how to find out people who are actively searching the job? There are certain vacancies with the government which are announced in large number, like police, military, 30,000, 40,000, teachers. Then you know this is the number of the people who are searching the job, actively searching the job. But what about others? Very complex definition, and it is also very difficult to find the statistics. And also they have added those who are unemployed during last 4 weeks. It means if somebody leaves the job 1 week before, 2 weeks before, 3 weeks before, he is not qualified to be called as unemployed. So this is for the government, how they compile the information on unemployed and how they discuss in the parliament and how the opposition party reacts to it, we do not know it. But here I will be talking basically on the basis of the statistics available in the public domain, both the employed and unemployed. So first category I said those who cannot be employed, 16 years below and 60 years plus. Second category, those who are unemployed. Third category, employed with the government job. Government job could be the central government job, state government job, or central PSU or state PSU. Fourth category is the employed with private sector. Private sector means people who are working with the private business firm, corporations or NGO. And the fifth category is the self-employed. Self-employed category means people who are having own shop, like somebody has got a saloon, somebody has got a kirana shop, किसी के पास वेजिटेबल्स बेचने का दुकान है, कोई घर में जाके काम करता है जैसे कारपेंटर है, इलेक्ट्रीशियन है, या कोई प्रोफेशनल है, कंसल्टेंसी करता है, एडवोकेट्स हैं, इंजीनियर्स हैं, तो और जो ठेला लगाते हैं, फुटपाथ पर सामान बेचते हैं, ये सब उस कैटेगरी में आते हैं जिसे हम बोलते हैं सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड। सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड नंबर बहुत ही ज़्यादा है इंडिया के अंदर। सो ये 5 कैटेगरी हुई। नाउ लेट अस ब्रेक दिस इनटू नंबर्स। 5 कैटेगरीज वी नो, लेट अस ब्रेक देम इनटू द नंबर्स। अप्रॉक्सिमेट नंबर, रिमेंबर, I do not have any proper statistics. I do not claim that figures disclosed by me in this video will be 100% correct, but yes, I am trying to find out, I have tried to find out the figures which are supposed to be approximate and also available in the public domain. Now, employed with the government. Central government, let us talk about the number of employees in the central government. Largest employer is the defense, 14 lakh people in the uniform plus 2 lakh civilian, that become 16 lakh. Next largest employer is the railway, Indian Railway, 12 lakh. So this together becomes 14 plus 2, 16 plus 12, 28 lakh. Remaining all the government departments in the central government under the ministry, various ministries are 17 lakh. So total number of employees in the central government are 45 lakh. Add PSU employees, which are roughly between 12 to 15 lakh. So let us take it on the higher side, 15 lakh. So 45 lakh plus 15 lakh, that become 60 lakh. Add state government employees and local body. Local bodies means like municipal corporation, Gram Panchayat, Parishad. So these are the local bodies. They are also working on behalf of government. They are part of the administration. So there are roughly 4 crore employees in the state governments and local bodies. So that becomes 4 crore plus 60 lakhs, 4.6 crore. It means total employees with the government, central government, state government and PSUs, they account for 4.6 crore of the employment. Now, as per study conducted, this particular number, that is 4.6 crore, is 11% of the total employment. So it means other employment is from the private sector. So private sector employment going by this ratio is estimated to be 32 crores. So total employment is become 4.6 crore with the government and 32 crores with the private sector. That becomes 36.6 crore. This does not include the self-employed. Self-employed means हमने जो बात किया था, जैसे लोग अपना दुकान है, कोई किराना बेचता है, कोई ग्रोसरी शॉप है, कोई कारपेंटर है, कोई हार्डवेयर का दुकान किया है, सब्जी बेचता है, कोई ठेला बेचता है, लोग गांव में जाते हैं, घर में चूड़ियाँ बेचते हैं, बर्तन बेचते हैं, लोग फुटपाथ पर लगाते हैं दुकान, कपड़े बेचते हैं, तो ये सब इसमें इंक्लूड नहीं है 36.6 करोड़ में. सो ये सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड कैटेगरी में आती है, जिसका नंबर करीब 52, दैट इज करीब 52% ऑफ द टोटल एम्प्लॉयमेंट, 40 करोड़. So self-employed number is 40 crores and employed with government, semi-government, state government, local bodies and private sector is 36.6 crore. So this is the breakup of various categories. Now present retirement age in private sector is 58 years. Government sector, central government, state government, mostly it is 60 years. Some of the state government, they have made it 62 years, and some of the departments like professor in universities, then specialist, medical specialist in hospitals, research scholar, scientists and top bureaucrats who get the extension, they pull on up to 65 years. So 60 to 65 years also there are certain number of people who remain employed with the government as well as private sector. Now every year roughly 1 lakh people retire from the central government. Similarly, from state government, local body, going with the same ratio of the number of employment, 8.8 lakh people retire per year. So 8.8 lakh from the central government, local bodies, 8.8 lakh from state government and local bodies, and 1 lakh from the central government. Total 9.8 lakh people retire every year. Let us approximate it, round it off to 10 lakh. So what we say, 10 lakh people retiring from government services every year. Now using the same relation for the employment of the private sector, that is roughly 5 times. So what we can say here, the 50 lakh people will retire from the private sector every year. So 50 lakh from the private sector and 10 lakh from the government sector, that become 60 lakh. Per year 60 lakh people are retiring with the age bracket of 58 years, 60 years, 62 years, 65 years and so on, so depending upon department and types of employment. Now here let us say, now we are coming to the point, the topic says what if retirement age is reduced to 55 years. Now here if you reduce the age, retirement age to 55 years, what happens? The 60 lakh people who are going to retire in next 5 years, they will retire immediately in one particular year. Difficult to make this rule, but government can do it because rules, regulation, acts, legislations and constitutions, lot of changes will be needed, and government has been doing it. Generally these laws, rules, acts, constitutions are made for the betterment of the people. People are not here simply to follow the law, rules and other things. And government has been doing it in the past, amending the constitution, making the changes in the acts, changing the rules, changing the regulation. So if government decides, government can make it to 55 years. When 55 years become the age of retirement, then what happens? Those 5 years people who are waiting to retire in 56, 57, 58, 59, 60 and plus, they will retire in one go. That is 60 lakh people per year into 5 years, we get 3 crores. So 3 crore people can retire immediately. Now when 3 crore people retire at the age of 55 years, definitely all will not sit idle. They will have some money and will like to get involved into some business, some activities. So even 50% of the 3 crore, that is 1.5 crore people start their own business, they will be taking the employment at least one person per employer. So they will create another 1.5 crore employment. So 3 crore people who retired, they are going to create a vacancy of 3 crore. Plus out of that, they will be getting into some business, some job, and they will be employing, let us say, 1.5 crore people from the public. So that becomes 4.5 crore. So you can get, the country can get, our nation can get employment of 4.5 crores immediately in one go. Now what is the number of unemployment? Number of unemployed in India? Again, going by the statistics available in the public domain, it says about 7.95% of the people are unemployed. The definition of unemployed in percentage, they do it number of unemployed divided by total employed plus unemployed multiplied by 100. So what we say, 7.95%, and in absolute figure this has worked out to be 4.4 crore. So 4.4 crore people are unemployed in India as in 2023. And how much job we are creating? 3 crore by retiring the people at 55 years age, and assuming that out of 3 crore, 1.5 crore will start their own business and will take at least one person from the public for employment. So we create 1.5 crore job. So 3 plus 1.5, 4.5, almost matching. 4.5 crore job created and 4.4 crore is the unemployed. So unemployment can be tackled immediately. So that is what I say, what happens if the retirement age is reduced to 55 years. What is the answer? Answer, the same caption given in the Hindi. Government चाहे तो 100% एम्प्लॉयमेंट मिल सकता है. गवर्नमेंट अगर फैसला करे तो सबको नौकरी मिल सकती है. नाउ लेट अस टॉक अबाउट द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ अनएम्प्लॉयड वर्सेस लग्जरी ऑफ द एम्प्लॉयड. नाउ people who are in the job, basically in government job, they always argue, if I retire at early age, what will happen to my children? My children will be doing at that time PG, post-graduation. So what will happen to me? They should think about their classmates who could not get job and still waiting outside at the age of 50 years for the employment. What about their children? They even could not do the graduation. You are talking about the child is not able to do the PG, and what about them whose children could not even do the graduation? People in good job, basically the government jobs, they have all the facilities. The job is secure, nobody can dismiss them, only in exceptional cases this can happen. Secure job, no problem, all the facilities, you have the medical facilities, transportation facilities, you have got the conveyance, you have got the leave, various type of leave, that is annual leave, casual leave, paid leave, education leave, this leave, that leave, maternity leave, paternity leave, what else, everything they have got it. And they get the salary, DA, bonus every year. And still they always fight with the government to have more and more benefit. What about the people who are sitting and waiting on the road? The people who have joined the government job or good private sector job does not mean they are the cream. There could be two persons from the same class, one luckily gets into the job, other doesn't get. He waits and finally dies. He never sees the job. Other man joins the job, he gets and then gets all the facilities, all the privilege, all the pay, PF, pension, retires, and still they say he has not got anything from the employer. So these are the two sides of life. It is always better to see that everybody is brought at par than caring only for one group of the people. Now, why government cannot do it? It is only the organization, it is only the strength of the organized sector. As we know, the strength of the government employees is 4.6 crore state and central government put together. So even if there are 4 members in one family, 4.6 crore into 4 becomes equal to 18 crore. So huge vote bank. Nobody, no political party can afford to take the risk of annoying for 18 crore of the population. They will go out of the power. People will not vote. So that is why the government is not able to take the decision, or say government cannot take the decision. But if the government thinks of the people who are on the road waiting for the job entire life, then government must do it. It should require a bold decision, bold step, and then only this problem can be sorted out. There is no problem when people know they are retiring at the age of 55, they will plan accordingly. They will plan in such a way, they will have the money, they will save the money and ensure that when they come out from the job at 55 years of age, they have enough money to do it. If you make the retirement age 65 years, people will still not plan up to 60 years. So it is depending upon how much relaxation is given. If you are having 60 years, you are planning for 60 years when you retire. If you are having the 55 years of age for retirement, you will plan for the 55 years. So it is nothing very difficult. And remember, getting into the job, you know that how people get into it. Everybody does not get the job as per the merit. Job in the government could be on the basis of merit. It could be on the basis of your connection. Connection, you know, if I am CMD of a PSU, I can take anybody at class 3 and class 4 level of my choice. Nobody can do anything. Even union will not object because union have to take certain concession from the CMD. So CMD wants, he can do it. Similarly, a minister wants to have a PA in his department, he can take anybody. So it is not the merit. People can enter by the merit. They can enter by the good connection. They can enter even by paying the money. It is very harsh word, but it happens. It happens. Most of the places when the recruitment in large numbers, this happens, paying the bribe. So what is the mistake of a person who did not get the job at early age? Why he should be penalized for the entire life? It is not our duty. People should take responsibility and they should volunteer to retire at 55. Even I am not just giving a speech, I am not lecturing, I did it. I left my first government job without pension. That was a pensionable job. At that time, I did not have a pension. Then I joined Central PSU having a pensionable job. I left it 3 years before completing the pensionable job. Still, I am okay. There is no much problem. I have to adjust myself as per the money I get it. More and more money you get, more and more shortage you will have it. So when you have the less fund, you spend less and then adjust it accordingly. So argument that people, if the government retires the government employee or private employees at 55 years, their family will be in problem. This is just a myth. This is just a wrong. This is not correct. You have to think of the people who are not getting job at all. They should also get it for some time. Now government has started a अग्निवीर for defense. मिलिट्री में अभी अग्निवीर की भर्ती होती है। 4 साल का टेनोर है और उसके बाद में 75% को छोड़ देंगे, 25% जो अच्छे हैं वो रखेंगे। तो दिस इज़ वेरी गुड स्कीम। आई कैन से राइट स्टेप इन द राइट डायरेक्शन। इससे क्या होता है, इससे वैकेंसी जो है ज़्यादा निकलती है। 10,000 वैकेंसी आज है लेटर से, और लेटर से 4 साल के बाद 2,500 वैकेंसी आने वाली है। तो अग्निवीर में क्या होगा, 10,000 लोग आ जाएंगे, ज्वाइन करेंगे। 4 साल के बाद में 2,500 लोगों को रखा जाएगा, रिटेन किया जाएगा जो कि अच्छे हैं, और बाकी 7,500 को रिलीज़ किया जाएगा। तो 7,500 और रिलीज़ हो रहे हैं और 2,500 फ्रेश वैकेंसी, फिर 10,000 की वैकेंसी आएगी। तो अगेन 10,000 लोगों को जॉब मिलेगा। तो सिमिलरली द रिड्यूसिंग द एज टू 55 years will also help. This will help the government, this will help the country to become completely get rid of the unemployment. As on date, the best country, the most advanced countries in the world, they are having unemployment of 2 to 3%. America, USA has got about 3.5%. So India can become even better of them. You can be the world's first country to have the nil unemployment, that is 100% employment, if the government comes out with this particular formula. Okay, now एडवांटेज क्या क्या है अर्ली रिटायरमेंट के। पहला एडवांटेज यह है कंपनी को, गवर्नमेंट को, कि आपके पास यंग एम्प्लॉयमेंट है, यंग एम्प्लॉई हैं। यंग एम्प्लॉई हैं तो क्या है, आपकी इफ़िशियंसी हमेशा अच्छी होगी, ज़्यादा होगी, प्रोडक्टिविटी आपकी अच्छी मिलेगी। So person working at 60 and person working at 55, there is lot of difference. ऊपर से क्या होगा, मेडिकल एक्सपेंसेस, एज द पर्सन ग्रोज, एज द पर्सन becomes older and older, his medical problem increases. Especially people who are covered with the medical facilities by the company or by the government departments, government spends more and more money during the time 55 to 60 years. So second advantage to the company and the government will be reduce the expenditure on the medical expenses. Third one, we know that everybody gets employed. हर आदमी एम्प्लॉयमेंट में आएगा तो क्या होगा, आपका प्रोडक्शन, कंजम्पशन, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन बढ़ेगा, आपकी इकोनॉमी की ग्रोथ होगी, आपका जीडीपी बढ़ेगा। आपका जीडीपी बढ़ेगा, देश का जीडीपी बढ़ेगा, तो देश का अच्छा ही होगा। ग्रोथ अच्छा है तो प्रॉस्पेरिटी ज़्यादा आएगी, लिविंग कंडीशन जो है अच्छे होंगे। तो इस तरह की चीज़ें आ सकती हैं अगर गवर्नमेंट ये डिसाइड करे कि एज को 55 ईयर्स में लोगों को, पब्लिक को, एम्प्लॉइज़ को, किसी भी सेक्टर में हो, 55 ईयर्स में उनको रिटायर किया जाए। तो यह था आज का टॉपिक। रिटायरमेंट एज को 55 ईयर्स करें तो क्या होगा, या गवर्नमेंट अगर फैसला ले तो सबको जॉब मिल सकता है। अगर आपको वीडियो मेरा पसंद आया है तो मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। मिलेंगे अगली बार अगले वीडियो में एक नए टॉपिक के साथ। टिल देन, बाय बाय।